Welcome to DocuDemolition. I'm Jess Minier, co-hosting with Chloe Fraser and Pali Sendoza. Tonight we're going to kick off the show with our first piece regarding the falsehoods of Facebook. To all those FBF, aka Facebook friends, Facebook junkies myself included, to all those who have tirelessly scrolled, automatically liked and overly shared posts and photos, this one's for you. To all those who carelessly update their statuses with happy families, clever cats, and their loving family friends, who you may not even have met, this one's for you. Let's set the scene with a warm, fuzzy Facebook atmosphere, a fire cracking in the background perhaps. Great. Now let's get ready to start liking, to start clicking that blue thumbs up button for all those posts that you haven't read and never will. But it's important that you show that you're compassionate, that you're listening, and that you care about what they post. So in order to demonstrate your trust for all the posts that you quickly glance at, that speak of perfect families, the spontaneous getaways, and the daily irrelevant rituals, you leave your digital fingerprints with a thumbs up click. You see Jessica Minier liked your post, and boy, was she here. I call Facebook the white picket fence platform. It's our platform of embellishments and half-truths, our podium to show off both our outspoken opinions, astonishing intellect, and of course our perfect families. Come on, how many of you exaggerate, just a little or a lot, with the posts on that amazing vacation you just took? Of course you carefully neglect to post about that 36-hour delay, that blistering sunburn, and you ensure to not mention that epic family fight or that subsequent sulk. No, we're talking about perfect families here, lifestyles that we want our friends and followers to aspire to. We want our friends to endlessly compare their adventures to our own. Their virtual jealousy makes us so cool. We have sanitized the dirty side of life and we've left it sparkling and new. Rolf Waldo Emerson once said that life is a journey, not a destination. A quote which I wholly disagree with as a Facebooker. You see, as I read and reflect on posts that I once shared, I realize that it's not a passage we document, but a arrival. We delete all and any evidence of the mundane routine from our lives and report only the destination, our digital fairy tale lifestyles. With feedback, we become guarded and ruled by censorship. We all do it. We all censor the posts we write, pick and choose the dreamy images that we want to portray. We share a lifestyle that alters the perception of who we are, a reality that after a while we begin to believe. After a bad day, who hasn't logged into Facebook and scrolled through the various posts and photos that have reformed our memories? Hardship has been erased from these posts and memories because if it's not on our feed, does it really exist? Did it really ever happen? The Facebook posts we read and write, riddled with often hideous grammatical errors, go unnoticed and unchallenged. Our words that are twisted by autocorrect, shady sentence structure, zero punctuation, and constant grammatical errors become the order of Facebook days. Surely this only highlights the disregard we show to good old-fashioned grammatical sense. This also implies the ease of a quick Facebook post that often makes no editorial sense. Hasn't our Facebook lingo of oversimplified words and abbreviations such as LOLs and BTWs ghettoized and foolished our language? Additionally, our language has been watered down and transformed into imagery and no longer takes on the form of written narrative, but a visual one. You see, with our JPEGs and filtered images of happy snaps, we've limited our use of writing. We've changed from text to image because let's be honest, we all admire a selfie, a picture of food, a location or place because it speaks 1,000 words, right? More than any commentary could. Because in addition, in the lifestyle that we live, where time is of the essence, a Facebook post in a written format is time consuming and time wasted. The sensationalism of Facebook, the hype of the articles Cancer Cure and how Kim Kardashian lost 20 kgs in 10 days are flippantly shared without further pondering, dissection or understanding. These titles that grab our attention and contrary to the lies they bleach, excite us enough into resharing, flooding our Facebook feeds with their inaccuracies and propaganda. I cannot lie, I am too a sharer, as I am sure are you too, of this great hysteria. And I take pride and pleasure in the intentional hype I create. So I end my segment with an admission. I'm a Facebook junkie and I condone the lies of my Facebook life. I'm Jessica Minier from DocuDemolition, and up next is Chloe Fraser with regards to censorship in China.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I want $1 million. I want a helicopter to take me to the airport. And when I get there, I want a fully fueled plane waiting. And if my demands aren't met, I eat one of the hostages.
Did he say eat?
Yeah, you heard me. Eat.
Psst. I think he's gonna eat Gary.
And it's gonna be delicious.
Hello, I'm your absolute favorite host, Chloe Fraser, and welcome back to Docu-Demolition. Tonight we've looked at how social media users self-censor themselves, and now we examine China and the internet. With 618 million users, China's population is more connected than any other nation in the world. Yet for the leading Communist Party, this incredible database of information is a threat to its rule and to the security of its people. In 2013, all journalists and editors had to take a test in order to redo their press cards. In other words, they had to learn several mantras by heart so they could keep their jobs. The study guide for the exam included brilliant statements such as this one. The news media must be loyal to the party, adhere to the party's leadership, and make the principle of loyalty to the party the principle of journalistic profession. The exam itself was a joke, to say the least. I will now read out the superb question number 10. I love it, it's my favorite. What is the most important difference between our news ethics and that of Western developed countries? The answer to that was, the most basic principle of our news ethics is wholeheartedly serve the people. The most basic principle of news ethics of Western developed countries is freedom of the press. Going from this, any reporter wanting to run a story needs to gain the approval of local authorities beforehand, or face the risk of getting fired and possibly locked in jail. The unlucky journalist who would infringe any rule could also mysteriously disappear in the days following his or her publication. In order to serve the people, Chinese authorities also created the Great Firewall, commonly referred to as the Golden Shield, an incredible digital boundary that blocks content on the internet. About 2 million people were employed in information control for the Great Firewall in China as of 2014. What do they all restrict? Anything that threatens or questions the ruling Communist Party, whether it be political, cultural, or religious. Social media is also restricted due to its alleged ability to spread rumors. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, Blogger, Pinterest, and Google are all blocked. With little thought, one can see a problem arise from the situation. A very serious issue indeed. How can you procrastinate from work if located in China? In addition to this, Western news websites like the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal have also been erased from Chinese internet ever since they ran articles on alleged governmental censorship. The overall lesson is that there are not one, but two internets in this world of ours. The internet we've come to know and the ChinaNet, two paradoxical opposites. This strongly affects Chinese citizens' access to information and limits their opportunities in international trade. My final question, with the rapid growth of the internet and of Chinese internet users, how much longer can this overbearing censorship system last? Thank you for watching Docu-Demolition. Stay tuned to find out about Argentina's media use when threatened by ISIS.
Do you need some help?
M&M's. Have them at your shop.
Hello, I'm Pauli Sendosha and you are watching Docu-Demolition. Tonight we're going to talk about how language used in social media, Twitter specifically, can influence a whole country's perception over a terrorist attack. So, would you believe me if I told you that a bunch of tweets were able to humiliate ISIS? What if I assured you that every single message you read or listen to in social media actually affects the way you view reality? I'm knowing, right? Well, you better believe me, because in July of this year, Argentina was threatened by ISIS. And how do you think people reacted? They were running around the streets, screaming for their life, begging for mercy? No! They started a Twitter flow under the hashtag Pray for Argentina. But don't get confused, people. The message behind these tweeters is not the one that you're probably thinking of. These Pray for Argentina were not actually asking for a pray, but instead for a laugh. Yes, you heard me well. Argentinian people ended up laughing at the whole situation instead of worrying. But in order to have a clear view on this situation, let's take a look at our interview with Elliot Juan Sanchez Martinez. Yes, I got it right. a local citizen from Buenos Aires, Alto Palermo, Argentina. Here is your favorite news reporter, Pauli Sendoya, reporting from Argentina, Alto Palermo, Buenos Aires. We're here in the beautiful city, and here is
Elliot Martin Sanchez. I forgot my name, I don't know.
That's okay, we don't need your name for this interview. Okay, how did you first react when you saw all the tweets under the hashtag Pray for Argentina?
Well, I couldn't believe it. Like, a terrorist attack in Argentina? Like, what is this? If it's a car bomb, it's gonna be stolen before it even blows up.
Okay, and what was your reaction after the month of July passed and no terrorist attack took place? Were you relieved by this?
I mean, like I said, it wasn't gonna happen. It's ridiculous. If it's a car bomb, it's gonna be blown up, or maybe it's gonna get stuck in customs before it even gets to Argentina.
Awesome. If you should describe your reaction or your opinion about these tweets, how would you describe it and why?
Well, I mean, they were hilarious. I even tweeted some myself. I think ISIS probably got scared because of all the tweets and backed off. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Muchas gracias, Elliot.
Gracias.
And we go back to the studio. He indeed seems to be concerned about this issue, right? As he reacted, the whole population of Argentina did. No one really cared about ISIS. Everyone took it as a joke. Was this good? Was this not? I'll let you decide that. For instance, what if this rumor of ISIS attacking Argentina had been addressed by the national newspaper? We would have probably read headlines like, "Run for your life! ISIS is going to attack the country! Flee to Canada! 50% discounts on the flight tickets." You see, it's all a matter of language, people. The language used in these messages aim to cause hysteria, terror, and panic among the whole population. Instead, Twitter users were just trying to mock at the situation. And to be honest, in my opinion, they did a pretty good job. As the expert in media use says, mass media exploits areas of strong emotional arousal to help shape our knowledge and opinion. In other words, the language used in mass media shapes our beliefs and concerns of reality. In even more simple words, if you still don't get the idea, we are all being brainwashed by language in mass media. Yes, it's a fact. Deal with it. So, as you probably know, and if not, you would probably like to know, no terrorist attack took place in Argentina. Maybe the bomb got stuck in costumes, we'll never know. The fact is that a group of competent civilians were able to ridicule ISIS. How? By spoofing them with language.
Well, that's all for today. We hope you've enjoyed our incredible program on media use around the world.